Evening, everybody. It's Rich here. This is the Suffolk Crunch. It's time for the Sunday sit down. Ipswich Town 1, Southampton 1. We'll take a look back on today's game. We've got a little bit of transfer news. First of all, can we have 200 likes on this video? That means pressing the thumbs up button. It's totally free. Also, if you could subscribe, that would be very helpful. Also, turn on your notifications as when we're live, you can come and get involved straight away. And also, we are sponsored by the Bad Shirt Club. Head over to the website and check out all the merchandise there, your hats, your bucket hats, your jackets, your shirts. Use the code TSC30 at the checkout. If you're in the live chat, get involved in the comments. Kieran Baines, good evening. Good evening, Adam Cornish. Bad Shirt Club, not Knock Shirt Club. We will get onto that. We will get onto the knockoff shirts in a minute. Good evening, Kieran. Good evening, Adam, as well. Again, MBITFC, Dan Carter, anyone else in the chat, get involved. Tell your mates, the Suffolk Crunch is live. It's Sunday evening. Let's chat about the game. Simon Bowler Bike, good to see you. Crunch, Louis Fenton, welcome in everybody. So today, Berison Evans Blue, good evening. Michael, good evening. Anyone who wants a good evening shout, just come and say hello, and I'll read your name out. How bad do those knockoff shirts look? Paul Sherritt, good evening. I've already tweeted MB about that this evening. It's got on my nerves a little bit today. Walking to the ground, I didn't see one. I see bloody loads of them. And I know, look, you go into Planet Blue and they're what, 60 quid. You get these ones, they're 15 quid. They're the wrong colour for starters. Good evening, Stephen Latimer. Today's point crunch was a step in the right direction. Hope to see Akpom at Preston next week. 2 tough games, 2 points. I'm happy with that. Think we need a defender in the window. Louis says, considering where we are at the moment and where Southampton are, I'm happy with the result, and the performance was way better than last week. So let's get to the team news. First of all, we lined up with Alex Palmer in the nets. Same back four, Johnson right back, O'Shea and Greaves, your centre-backs. Leif Davis was in at left back, Matasiwu and Jack Taylor in the midfield. Jaden Philogene returned on the left-hand side. Sammy Smodics in the 10. Jack Clark shifted to the right and George Hurst up front. And Blue Action done an absolutely fine tifo. If you haven't seen it, it's on the thumbnail to this video. Go and check it out. Give Blue Action some love on the socials, because I thought it was a really, really good display today with all the flags. And hopefully everybody could see the teams when they come out, because there are a lot of people moaning about the Tifu last season against Liverpool. We couldn't see when the teams come out. I mean, you can see them come out every other Saturday. It's no different. Stephen Latimer says, heard Al Hamadi has a calf injury. Yeah, he got it in training. MBITFC says, I thought Philogene's pressing was very good, and Sammy ran his absolute socks off. Town did come flying out the blocks and got a goal early on. We nicked the ball on the press. I think it's Ben Johnson, steals it in behind. George Hurst down the right-hand channel, cuts it back. It's just a mess from a Southampton point of view. Jack Clark was credited on the Tannoy. I think he might have got a touch. It goes in, I think, off a combination. I think it might be Stevens, hits Clark, and then pings off Harwood Bellis, who doesn't really know a lot about it, off his chest into the net. 1-0, perfect start. We thought, here we go. And I thought Town for the first 10-15 minutes were really good, pressing them, harrying them into mistakes. Good evening, Ashley Smith. Evening, Crunch. Thought Palmer's footwork was bad today. We'll get onto that in a minute. Kay Gandhi, please, anyone who isn't going to use their season tickets at any match, please advertise them on the official site. We had 3 empty near us today. Someone want to use them. I've always got people who want tickets. So, yeah, come on. We need a full ground. Louis says, Smodic's work rate is absolute superb. People may disagree with me, but Matasiwu was man of the match for me today. I thought he looked more comfortable. Wasn't me man of the match. I thought he got better as the game went on. Lexi Flexi, any updates? Rumoured Amarin. Well, if you just watch Man United, they lost 1-0 to Arsenal. So not a great start for him. But yeah, Town, then sort of Southampton come back into the game. Took a grip in midfield, I thought. And then obviously led to the equaliser. Greaves has got caught upfield. Dan Carter, currently in Barcelona with a family. Managed to get the game and pleased with an overall better game. Worried about the depth of the squad. New signs to come will make the season. NBI tips season, I thought the atmosphere was very poor again today. Ian Delboy, Stocks, big problem in middle of midfield. Yeah, I didn't think for the probably the last 25 minutes of the half, we just never had control of the game. A lot of that comes from when we're playing out. Jack Taylor doesn't look comfortable. I've said before, he's not a 6. He's better when you see the run he has when he gets booked, which, hello from India, boys. Good evening. When he makes that run forward and it's not a foul, Adam says, Jaden was excellent. Hopefully it was a new leaf for him and going to see the best of him now. Amari not there. He can be the man we give the ball to make things happening. Kay says, Chappers needs longer on. William the Wolfman, how are you? I'm very good. Hopefully you subscribed, William the Wolfman, and anyone else who hasn't subscribed. Come on, we're looking to get 10,000 subscribers. We need about another, 1,500? Easy. Come on, there's loads of Town fans out there. And this is the place to be for all your Town information. Yeah, never had control. Yeah, Jack Taylor for me is better when he's driving forward. He's a better substitute. It's not a booking, though. He gets booked for dissent, which I get that, but it's not a foul in the first place. It's a great run. Bobby Madley, bit iffy today. Some good decisions, some bad. Bit inconsistent. But yeah, Southampton. Greaves gets caught upfield. Leaf I think he should make a foul in the middle of the pitch. He doesn't. And then I think we deal with it. It looks like we've dealt with it. Jack Taylor gets back. And then Fraser puts a cross in. And I think it's the lad. Is it Robinson? I'm not sure what his name was. Nods it in. Unchallenged header. Literally comes through the crowd. Heads it in. Someone's got to take responsibility. A lot of them are probably ball watching. No one's followed their man. Adam says it's not a foul, but can't effing blind at the ref. Yeah, look, it's other than the goal, I didn't really think Southampton created a lot. I think it was a Fernandes shot in the second half. Palmer makes a very good. Jay Robinson, that's his name. Sorry, young 18-year-old. It was his first goal, I think, in senior football. I believe. I could be wrong. I'm not a connoisseur on Southampton. If there's any Saints fans out there, put me right if I'm wrong. Ben's Life says no second striker is going to be a very tough few games ahead if we don't pull our fingers out. Decent point though and fair result. Dan Carter's off to watch Espanyol at home. We'll keep an eye out for few players. Who are Espanyol playing, Dan? Can you drink in the stadium? Are you allowed to drink in your seats in Spain? I'm not sure. I went to Barcelona twice. I want to go to the new camp when it's open. Looks very nice. What's your thoughts on the ref? You're a ref yourself. How did you see it? Look, inconsistent. He gets the foul. I see it back. The Smodics one on Basuma gets that actually right at the time. Everyone's thinking it's a 50-50. He's got his hands on the ball, so it's a foul. Hi, Rich. That was his first team goal, says Colin. Adam says Davis is sleeping when that ball came towards him, and one touch from their winger, he was out of the game. Yeah, he was different. He was definitely gone. But someone needs to be covering if Greaves is going to go forward. Gets caught upfield. Yeah, it's not a great goal from our point of view. Adrian says refs are what they are. Lovely to not have VAR. Anyone seen the Crystal Palace free kick disallowed today from Eze? Actually, it's actually spot on the rule. At the time, you're thinking, what the hell they've disallowed that for? But it's a really good call from the referee. Look, frustrating if you're Palace. Lewis says Matasiwa is only going to get better. Yeah, I said before he grew into the game. I thought he was decent in the second half. He obviously got his book in, him and Taylor. I mean, Matasiwa, is he going to get more yellows than Sam Morsey? He's on 2 games, 2 yellow cards, and then he's walking a tightrope for the rest of the game. But I thought he got better, nicked a few good balls. Look, I don't think he's at the minute he's going to be get the ball off the goalkeeper, turn and drive us up the pitch. But Atletico de Madrid, no, can't drink, unfortunately. Both Taylor and Matasiwa on 2 yellows. Mike D, good evening, mate. Hope you're good. He says Philogene was very good today, works hard. I thought, actually, out of possession, he was excellent. He nicked a few balls. I was listening to Kieran's interview on Radio Suffolk. I mean, Brenner just asked no. Oh, how do you see the game? Boring questions. Come on, let's get a bit of bloody top journalism in. I don't want to really criticise Brenner because he's a really good commentator, but fuck me. I listen to them interviews every single week and they're just the same old questions. Chaplin, I was right in front of his header at the end. It was actually offside. Matthew Dale, there were some good bits of play today from a lot of the team. We just aren't quite a team yet. Certainly 100% better than the last 2 games. It could come. Palmer needs to do better with the goal. Not for me. It's a header and it just goes. He's not saving that from there. Not with the run the guy's got on it. He's not going to save that. Lewis says, will he play Matasiwa and Kajus together? Isn't that like playing Lampard and Gerrard together? Will it work? Well, they played together in France, so they obviously know each other's games. Good to see Jens come on. I mean, what a reception he got when he went running down the North Stand for the first time. It's like the returning hero. Louis says, I think we have to be patient with Matasiwa. Will be added pressure on him because of players such as Morsey and Luongo, who are loved by the fans. Never as easy as we think to integrate. Davis slowly looking like the old Leaf, says Mike. Thought today. Greaves looked a bit shaky, but some positives. Shabby McNally says, spot on with the dull questions. James Warren Elmer says, Clark and Johnson don't work. I thought Ben Johnson was very good today. Going back to Mike D's comment there about Jacob Greaves, I thought he had a decent game. For a big player, he goes down so easily. A gust of wind would blow him over. Jesus. Martin says he may not have saved it, but should he not have come for the cross? I don't think so. I don't think so there. I think someone should be tracking the runner, if I'm honest. Mike says Clark needs too many touches, not the solution on the right. Agree. DBA6, welcome in. Saints fan, hope you're good. Hit the subscribe if you can, mate. Be very handy. Happy with the point after a dodgy start. Trevor says Jack Clark, ineffective today. Frenchie Taylor struggles playing through the lines. Would love to see Hackney. I think I'm not the only one who agree with that. Lewis says, Palmer playing out from the back gives me skidders in my pants. It makes me so nervous. Yeah, we all thought it was that Jens' moment when it came to him on the edge of the box. I thought he was going to bury it. I'm on a new podcast tonight. Championship Chat, I think it's called. 7:40. It's on YouTube. I'll share my link on the socials. So if anyone's around want to come and get involved, it's my debut. So I'm not really sure what the format is, but I'm probably talking about the game, I would have thought. Looking forward to that. Pete says Leif Davis played very well. Greaves made a big mistake going forward. I think he's going to say Palmer must do better with his feet. But yeah, we'll get that comment in a minute. Yeah, and then we went in at 1-1. Second half, I thought we were the better team. I mean, Sammy's, oh my Lord, 6 inches the other side of that post and the ball's in. Really good spin from Hurst. Plays in Smodics, left-hand channel. Hits it across Bazuma, beats him all ends up. I totally agree with you there, Adam. I think Greaves has been excellent the first 2 games. Defensively, we've been good. We've given up hardly any chances. I think there was a shot second half. I think Fernandez there coming in from the left. Palmer saved, but other than that, it didn't really seem to bother us. Louis says Palmer seems a lot more comfortable chipping the ball out to Hurst on the halfway line than playing out from the back. Well, he's going to have to get used to it because, Bissouma, not Bazuna. Sorry. Stephen Gerlin says, lucky that Saints were below par. Were they below par? I thought they played okay for an away team. I think they'll probably be happy with that performance. I think overall, like Smodics' shot, there was one in the first half where Hurst, when they gave the ball away, he's beat a couple, not a great shot. It's the goalkeeper. We sort of huffed and puffed going forward, and we couldn't quite really create that one big chance. There you go. Daniel says, still only one shot on target today, and that wasn't even our goal. Need a new striker. Here's one for you. It might make a few people lose their heads in the chats. Is George Hurst, this is just a question, is George Hurst good enough as our first choice striker, or do we need a better first option? Hurst off the bench, another striker, or Hurst starting and another striker coming on? Leave your comments. Yeah, I thought we played better when Chaplin came on. He knits it together in that 10. Daniel says no, said it from the beginning. Trevor, Peter Clements, Hurst has a lovely turn of speed this season. Mike says we need a better, similar standard, new striker. Hurst from the bench, says Daniel. Obviously, Evil Azon is not coming. I've heard it. Kieran said it's not happening. Doesn't think it's going to happen. Lewis Mullen says it was nice to see Bene come on and actually run at defenders. Philogene and Clark seem to stop and pass back. Bene, I'm not really sold at the minute. I know he's been out for 9 months. Where's his turn of pace that I've been hearing about? Look, he's had an Achilles injury. He's still got to get that fitness back. Shabby McNally, Hurst on the bench, another striker. Bury St Edmunds, Blue, Hurst and Clark bench. Yeah, Evil Azon. I've heard it from 4 sources that he didn't pass his medical. So the club are not going to come out and say that. McKenna's not going to come and say that. That's just what I've heard. So just sort of thought I'd share that information. DBA 6, both teams need more firepower. Last few weeks of window may determine who goes up. Right, as from a Southampton point of view, who do you think you need to get in and who do you need to get out? I mean, I see Ben Berrett and Diaz running up and down in front of me, warming up. I think you probably need to shift him out. Tyler Diblin, will he stay? Will he go? There you go. They had 2 big strikers out. I know Downs wasn't playing, was it? Gavin Law says Akpom needs to start next game. He will not be starting. This is what people need to get into their heads. Just because a player gets signed, it doesn't mean they're anywhere near on fitness. Jens today, you have to listen to Kieran after the game. He wasn't really match fit. He had to put him on the bench because he hadn't really got anyone else. And then today, yeah, there you go. They were talking about Bedo's pace in the Mermaid. Apparently, it's supposed to be rapid. I've not seen it. Not seen it yet. I don't know if Akron's out for a month. I heard he was struggling. He trained in and he had some muscle problems. So we'll wait and see. Andy B says, I thought Bonnie is supposed to be fit, but I've noticed he won't take on any fullbacks. If the Achilles is the reason, then is he ready yet? Well, I think he's probably been thrown into action, Andy, if you've been quite honest. We had no Ali Al-Hamadi today on the bench, so we had Ayinde was on the bench, just taking up a spot. Calf strain Akpom, calf strain Ali Al-Hamadi, I heard, so he's out for a number of weeks. The Norwegian guy, all quiet on him. He didn't train for a week, Trevor, because he was holed up in a hotel room in Suffolk, so we were told. So, look, I think we're not going to be anywhere near where we need to be until after the international break. You know, when you come to the Sheffield Wednesday game, Sheffield United on the Friday, and then I think we go to Blackburn. We will know what players we've got in there. Smodics is not a striker. Gavin, he played there last season, didn't he, against Newcastle in the first half. No physicality. Not for the way we play. You need that striker who can back in, hold the ball, like Hurst does. So Palmer has made me nervous a couple of times, says Andy. Joe Cook, Downs, very complimentary about Ipswich post-match on Sky. Maybe he still wants to come back. Well, he's not going to burn any bridges. Quickly, guys, we're going for 200 likes. So if you're in the live chat now, press that thumbs up button. We want to get up to 50 within the next 3 minutes. Tom Bradford, how many sides would get more than a couple of points against Brum away and Saints at home? Glad to get these done early. Yeah, look, they've been 2 very, very difficult games. I mean, Birmingham on a Friday night, always going to be tasty. And then Southampton, who, look, they've still got some quality players. I know they're probably not where they need to be, but still good players. Sherry Manley says Downs would like to be back at Portman Road. I'd love Flynn Downs. I think everyone who knows me knows I'm a massive Flynn Downs fan, you know. So, yeah, look, I think it's one that probably we probably tried. Would Southampton want to sell to a rival? Probably not, you know. But it's like this morning, I tweeted, I think Town should put in a little cheeky bid for Gus Hamer. I think he's another quality player. MB says we need to win at Preston now. Blackpool weekender. I'll be at Preston next Saturday. Looking forward to going to Deepdale. I don't think I've ever seen Town win there. No, lost last season. Got a draw on a Friday night, I think, when Tommy Miller scored. Yeah, I don't think. I didn't go to the game. What was the winger we had? Mustafa Carrier scored, didn't he? 1-0 victory. Didn't go to that game. Remember Tom Lawrence scoring an absolute belter there when he was on loan. Cut in from the left and fired it across the goalkeeper. Look, we need more firepower. It's more apparent today when I think it's a little bit embarrassing for the football club who've just come down for the Premier League, and we've got George Hurston. That is it. We've got no second striker at the football club. I mean, blimey. Hamer would be special, says Shabby McNally. Anyone else in the chat, who do you think we should go for? What positions do we need to fill before the end of the transfer window? As I take a quick sip of water. Kev Hansen, good evening. Blades have no points. We have 2. I got us down for 2 draws in the first 5 games, so not to worry. Andy B says left wing. SP says a creative midfielder. Daniel says left back, centre mid, striker. I think we can add a winger on that to, we didn't get McBurney. A lot of people didn't really want him. Buonanotte, says Mike D. It's the club's fault. They knew Delap was leaving months ago, says Trevor. I don't disagree with you. You know, this isn't new. This isn't new that Town got relegated in May. We knew probably in February we're going to go down. Adama Traore, says Berison Edmonds Blue. Blimey. 4 players in, 2 central midfielder, a winger and a striker, says Ian. Quickly, Rich. When's the next Garden Live? I'm missing the push. Joe Cook says everywhere, but goalkeeper and defence. DBA says no chance of getting Flynn Downs. Him and Shay Charles in centre mid. Probably the first 2 names on the team sheet. Turbo ITFC, good evening, says Ashton needs to produce the goods. My phone is going mental. Probably a load of WhatsApps. Have we made another signing? Don't think so. Shabby McNally says Patrick Vieira Mark II we need. But yeah, look, the game second half, we didn't do enough. We made some subs. Chaplin came on, Bonnet come on. Who else come on? Ashley Young come on. Who else was there? I think we should go for Forest for striker like Awinyi. Daniel says Ashley Young to start next game. I think, although I did think Johnson had a better game. Rob Holmes says goalkeeper, 2 centre midfielders, a right wing and 2 strikers, but I'm being greedy. Yeah, SP, the deal looks off for Ivor Azon. I think apparently I've had 4 people tell me he's failed a medical. So Harp says, good evening, Cruncher. Are we becoming notoriously slow when bringing in players? Seems we leave it late every window. Well, I think this is the fallout. I've said before on here, like when you're a team that's been relegated, you're not sure what players are staying and what players are going. Look, we seem to chase players. Hackney, we couldn't get the deal done because look, he wanted to obviously wait for a Premier League move. Got a good goal yesterday. Do we go back in for him? Possibly. Azon, I mean, you don't know till you get someone in and then he does a medical and he fails it. That's just probably... Shabby McNally says, Evil's engine broken. Rob Holmes, I'm with you. Throw 12 million at Millwall for Ivanovic. Lewis Mulland says, Colby Bishop, always played up top on his own for Pompey, knows where the net is, runs and runs. SP says, Mikel Antonio, no thank you. Brilliant player for West Ham, brilliant servant. Look, he's just coming back from a very, very serious injury. So, we've got enough sick notes at the football club already. So no thanks. MB wants Garden Lives. Say we want Garden Lives. I need to get a new mic. Me mic's broken. Me TikTok mics, now they won't charge. If anyone wants to donate me any money to get me some microphones, hit me up on the socials. There you go. Yeah, Antonio, not for me. Kevin Hansen says it's not easy getting quality to the top end championship players who think they should be Premier League players. Matthew Dale, we should have been ready for this season. Amari's situation has been a joke. 3 to 4 weeks wasted. It is what it is, mate. It is what it is. Get Akpom to have a word with Hackney. Right, let's have a look through the team today. So, Alex Palmer, not a lot to do today. Done one good save down from his right-hand side. Doesn't look comfortable for me with his ball, the ball at his feet. Doesn't look a natural. But we haven't got that Morsey character showing for them short passes. So at the minute, I just think we've got to keep being brave and playing out. You know, we've got Alex Palmer in. Trevor says it won't happen, but I wouldn't mind Josh Sargent. Another goal yesterday, 3-3. Interesting to see if he stays at Norwich. Hopefully he'll move on. Cheeky 20 million bid. I wouldn't be against it. Rob Holmes says Tom Fellows from West Brom. Yeah, so I think we just got to be brave and keep playing out. I thought Ben Johnson was good today. Thought he had a good game. I might have kept him on and pushed him up the pitch and put Ashley on the right back. I thought the two centre backs were our best two players. I thought yesterday. O'Shea was obviously man of the match from the sponsors, and I think I'd probably agree with that. Matthew Dale says we missed Mike O'Leary. I did say the other day on here. Ashton as CEO and chairman. Doesn't work for me. You're spinning enough plates. So, yeah, I thought Greaves was decent. Leaf, loving the long sleeves. Love a long sleeve shirt. I thought he was decent. Set piece delivery, not great. 2 in midfield. Matasiru, like I said earlier, got better as the game went on. Obviously had a yellow card. Jack Taylor tries hard. I think he's a better bench option coming off the bench second half. When the game's opened up a bit. Don't see him as a 6. He's got a lot of energy. Maybe lacks a bit of quality. I don't like him in that 6 role. Kev says, do you think Hackney would have been snapped up by a Prem club by now? Still a couple of weeks to go. So, SB says he wants a new manager with different ideas. Same old, same old. You getting rid of Kieran McKenna? Wow. Rob Holmes, I thought Smolix ran his heart out. He done well. We'll get on to Sammy in a minute. So, yeah, they're the 2 midfielders. Jack Clark on the right. Average at best again. I think, look, I love Jack Clark. I'm a massive Jack Clark fan. I just don't know if it's going to work for him at Town. I'm not sure. And obviously, we're looking for another wide player. So, just wait and see there. I thought Philogene worked quite well on the left. Interesting what McKenna said. He'd done some good recoveries, but he said, this made me chuckle when I heard it. Yeah, I'm not surprised Farker's not in for Sargent. Why can't Smodix play in the 9? Matthew Dale and Gavin agrees. Because he's not a back to your goal to the goal players. A back to the goal player. No. Dodson Wu, nothing exciting for me so far. A few need to go still. He said about Philogene, done some good recoveries. He was struggling to dribble because the pitch was sticky. Wow. Did you see the amount of water they put on that before the game and at half time? Them sprinklers are always going. Jeez, Mike says Clark needs to sit on the bench for a bit. Maybe better coming on and gain some confidence against tired legs. Yeah, Smodix looked today. Run his heart out. Was in the wars a couple of times. And he was about 3 inches away from being the hero with the shot. It beat the goalkeeper, Gavin Bazzuno. Not Bazzuno. I don't really care what his name is. Beat him all ends up. Pinged off the post. I'm not quite sure in that 10. He needs to, for me, they need to play quite close together, him and George Hurst. You see that, the goal there. Hurst spins and then plays him in behind, which I love. It's a different dynamic when Chaplin comes on because Chaplin knits the play together. He can do them switch passes. Wasn't going down a storm with the Saints fans, was he, Connor Chaplin, when he came on? But yeah, look, we need the options. Mike says, will Akpom take the 10 spot? Possibly. Depends when he's fit. That's all I will say at the minute. And he's not fit at the minute, so he's not really in the equation. I'd hope to have a couple of players in before next week at Preston. Come on, Ashton, pull your finger out, man. Yeah, I just think, look, we're really light off the bench. You've got Ayinde on there. We've got like Kipre, Wolfie on there. No fullback on there. So, you've got Ashley Young, haven't you? You can come on and play in some different positions. Adam says, we talk about Clark needing confidence, but he played against Bromley. Couldn't take his man on either. Not sure what for him now. Trevor says Mick Mills thinks Chaplin for the 10. Rob says Bene looked a bit brighter today and some more minutes in his legs. He's a good bench option. Oh, there he is. RTFC Beard, how are you doing? Clark back to Sunderland. Get our money back, says SP. I don't think they want him now. They've signed 13 players, I think. Lewis, I said before, what do we need to sign, Lewis? Where do we need to sign them? I reckon probably at least another 4 players. We haven't got to 50 likes. Come on, hit the like button, everyone. If this pod, this video, this show gets more eyes on it, algorithms are all now heard. Algorithms. So the more likes we get, the more eyes. The more likes we get, the more people watching, the more people subscribe. The more people can get involved in the comments. It's great. There we go. We're up to 52. ITFC Beard still believes in Clark. Yeah, look, before the game today, I went and visited the Ipswich Town Memorial. My dad was on there. Yeah, great. Went around there, sat there. They've got 4 different plaques, all filled up nearly now. A lot of space on the other side. A lot of names on there. All the names are in the programme today. I don't normally buy a programme. £4. Woo, £4. So I bought one of them. His name's in the programme. I had a few tears before the game when the teams come out, hiding under my sunglasses. But, yeah, first game back at Portman Road was always going to be a little bit tricky for us. I was hoping we could get a win for my dad today, but hopefully we can do it next time against Derby at Portman Road. But next week we're off to Preston. We're off to Deepdale. Hopefully in the week we can have a few more of these little videos with a couple of signings would be nice. We'll get the match preview out on Friday. Probably Friday, sometime in the afternoon, I'll do one of them. I might even get out in the garden, MB, just for you. Ashley says, so did I. Mum and Dad are on there. If you've got a loved one and you've lost a loved one and you want to get their name on it, I think it's £30. Contact the club. It's on like the ticket site on one of the drop downs. You can go on there, all the information on there. But it's a real nice touch from town. And it's got like the big crest and it says once a blue, always a blue. So my dad will always be there. He'll always be there with me in spirit, like of a lot of people watching. They've lost loved ones who you've either been to the football with, they took you to the football like my dad did. And yeah, Lewis says Cruncher barbecue live. We should have a end of season barbecue meetup. There you go. I'll throw that out there for you. Who's going to host? Someone needs to host. It's not going to be me. I will be the guest of honour. Someone's going to host. And we'll all get round. We can all talk about Town getting promotion back to the Premier League. Interesting. Need another sip of water. I'm bloody thirsty. Driving back. ITFC Beard. There we go. He is the chef. MB says, I will host. Where are you, MB? Where do you live? Have you got a big garden? Because there might be quite a lot of us. DBA6 says, meet up. Love it. You're a Saints fan. You can come as well because you sound like a good chap. Oh, Adam's going to have a word with the Rovers up in the Newcroft. Don't bring it down, SP. Come on. Celebrating another year in the Championship. Town are going to be all right. Work in progress. Green shoots of recovery. Thought we looked okay to now. We're still not there, look, but if we can, there you go. MB is in Colchester. We're all going to head over to there. He's got a pretty big garden. Hope he's got a nice gaff. Andy says, would you take Lewis Travis back? I think he's heading to Derby. He's going to hook up with John Eustace. So just checking the time here. Yeah. So championship chat, I think I'm on tonight on YouTube. We're on at 20 to 8. I'm not sure, like I say, what the crack is. Don't know how long I'm going to be on there, but I'll be waffling about town again. But yeah, I felt all right today coming out of the ground. I thought it was a lot more positive. A lot more positives than negatives today. Jeremy Watt should have joined you at the Memorial Rich. My dad had his name added. Didn't realise they were published in the programme. Hopefully I can get my hands on a copy. NBITC says get the bevies in. Phil Blundell, Azor deal off. Do you mean? No, not Matasiwa, Phil. He's signed for town. He was playing today. Ivor Azon. Did I call him Azor? I've got no idea. NBIC says hot, huge meet up at the gaff. Legacy Bates, I'm going to stay for 5 minutes because Mike's in the chat. If you haven't watched Mike's videos, head over to Fisherman's Blues on YouTube. I'm not sure if he's got a video up yet, but he will probably be doing one. I spoke to Mark on the way home. He'd give me a tinkle when I was driving back. So always good to catch up with Mike. I'll stay for another 4 minutes. Get on the internet, Phil, if you've ever been on there. McKenna said it's probably not going to happen, and I think he's failed his medical. So we'll look to pastures new. As long as we have a bouncer at the door. There we go. Mike can play the bouncer. Fisherman can be the bouncer. Get on EADT, Phil. Watson, Alex Jones, unless they're reporting on Footy Scran. Get over there. They've reported it, so it's not going to happen. So Town are going to look somewhere else. 3 minutes to go. Quick fire. Legacy Bates, better performance, but massively understaffed. Phil says that here McKenna's post-match. My mate Peter Taylor died last year. He was once a Blue, always a Blue. We all are. We'll all go upstairs one day, Jem, and we will always be Blue. Right, quick championship roundup. Who was your outstanding team of the championship weekend? I will go first. Coventry City winning 5-3 away at Derby County. 3-2 down with about 18 minutes left. Scored 3 goals in about 6 minutes. So, good result for Frank Lampard. Bury St Evans Blue says Coventry. SP says Borough. Adam Cornish says Preston beating Leicester. Yeah, 2-1. Rob says Borough. ITFC Beard says got to be Cov. I like Cov's kit. It looks like pink, a little bit like ours. SP says Borough. Phil says Preston and Swansea. Ian says Birmingham. Boo. Lewis says Borough. MB's still going on about the barbecue. Louis says Borough. DBA 6 says Borough. There's a little video floating around of George Edmondson, winding up the fans at the Den, getting a yellow card. I mean, Fridge don't really give a shit, does he? He's Fridge will take on anyone. Oh, Ian, we heard the Norwich chant. They're just copying our homework. Who cares? Andrew says, really good performance. Just need a few more players. We will do well. Trevor says, West Bromwich Albion. Yeah, good result. Mike says, Borough away at Millwall was a surprise. Right, we've got 1 minute to go. Who was your man of the match today for Ipswich Town? Go in the chat now. Wrexham losing against Hollywood. Daniel says, O'Shea. Come on. We need more. We need more man of the matches. Who is your man of the match in the chat for today's Ipswich Town versus Southampton game? Lewis says Smods. ITFC Beard says Matasiwu. Best Edmonds Blue says Chaplin. Greaves from Adam Cornish. Philogene from Phil. Shabby McNally O'Shea. Mike says Ben Johnson. Louis says Matasiwu. Smods for Adrian. Stuart says Smods. Trevor says Smods. Philogene for Mike. Smods for Colin. MBITFC says the barbecue was man of the match. The barbecue will be man of the match when we get there. at the end of the season. Anyway, that is me done. I've talked enough. I need to rest my voice. 20-8 championship chat. I will share it on my Twitter and Facebook. Turbo says Smods. Kay says Smods. Rob says Matasiwu. Peter says Leaf Davis. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on your notifications. Head over to the Bad Shirt website. Come on, I want to see some people sporting some shit shirts, some shit hats, some shit jackets. Use the code TSC30 at the checkout for 30% off. We're just about done here. Don't forget the link. Head over to my Twitter. I'll post it up in a minute. MPITFC says, I hope ITFC Beard is good with his meat. On that note, thank you for watching, everybody. Hopefully there'll be some more transfer news coming out this week. Mark Ashton, come on, do some more deals. Help McKenna, Upper Town, and see you on the next video. Cheers for watching and cheers for getting involved with everybody. Really appreciate it. All the best.